Every video I've made this year, I had the same background. That black background you always see, and the same serious tone. But not this one. Today, I want to tell you a little bit about why I'm doing this and why I haven't until now. I have been living in Vietnam for a few years. It's beautiful here. The backyard, I use it all the time for my coaching calls, and my clients see this, but I've never filmed a video here until today. I've kept things professional, serious, businesslike, maybe too serious. And I'll be honest, it just felt safer for me. But the truth is, I didn't start this channel just to talk about business English. I started it because I spent years helping really brilliant people who speak English as a second or a third language. And they don't feel confident when they speak. And that matters to me because confidence changes lives. You've probably never heard my full story, and that's on purpose because this channel really isn't about me. It's about you, your growth, your confidence, your freedom, which I think is what the ultimate goal here is. How can I give you freedom? But if I never share a little about where I'm coming from, it might feel like I'm just another voice with a camera. I'm not. I've walked with hundreds of people on this journey, and I'm here for you too. I'm not just some person that came out of school and decided, I'll teach English, and business English. That sounds interesting. I'll teach business English. Look, I've said it what feels like a million times. I've never been a teacher. And that's true. I taught some university classes that had nothing to do with English, but I've never been a teacher. I've only worked in business. And what I really feel, and I was talking to one of my clients today, discussing a little bit about this video. I said, what's different? And she said, look, when you're helping us understand this, we know that you had real experience. And I have. I've had more than 30 years of experience in business. I've had experience being a CEO. I've had experience owning companies, being part of some really great situations with really great people. I've had great success, and I've had huge failures that hurt me deeply and hurt others. And that's really painful. But I've learned from all of that. Now I'm really here to help you because I know that I can, and I can give you that freedom. So today's video is a little different, a little more me, a little more sunlight. And I'll keep showing up with strategies, stories, and support, but maybe once in a while I'll film from here or something like this. Now, let me give you an example of maybe a little bit about me. I think I'm very lucky to build strong relationships with my clients. And these clients are typically CEOs of companies in many different countries, very successful, very interesting, and just fun to be with, fun to spend time with, but very intelligent, and they share a lot with me. And I've made it a big priority, maybe through some of these relationships, to become more healthy, because I refuse to age and get old. My age is high. Internally, I'm going to stay young, and that's something I really believe that I can do. So I believe we can all do things to age slower and to be much more healthy. And a lot of this is discipline, doing difficult things because it will make you better, kind of challenging yourself with difficult English. Because every time you go through some difficult challenge with English, yeah, it's hard, but it makes your English better. It makes your confidence grow. And I think it's the same kind of thing with health in some ways. And a little bit of a interesting fact about being healthy. This past week, I tried my first long fast. And those of you that don't know a fast, it's where you don't eat. I had water, I had coffee, and I had tea. And I didn't know how long I could go, but I made it to 90 hours. Well, that's more than 3.5 days. And it was really interesting. I was never really hungry during this long 90 hours. I did have a few periods of feeling weak or some low energy. That was on day 2. and but as time went on, I was never hungry. And at some point, I decided after 90 hours that it was time to finish this. I didn't quite have the strength. Just wasn't feeling quite right. So I just said, okay, that's great. I tried it. And I was very surprised. I wasn't hungry for those 90 hours. And I did it for my health. I did it. I think it's a fantastic exercise for your body. I think it's an amazing exercise for your mind. And I will do it again. I really will. I lost 5 kilograms in those 90 hours, and I feel great. This only ended 2 days ago. So that's a little bit of something I do. I try to go walk on the beach. Vietnam has huge amounts of beaches. I try to walk on the beach every day. I try to go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. And all those things are really important to me. So that's one of the things that I wanted to share about me. The other thing I think that's interesting that maybe most of you don't know about, but I wrote a book. And I spent a lot of time a couple of years ago writing this book. And in this book, I tried to share all kinds of strategies for CEOs, how to become confident using English. And I wrote this book from Vietnam. Sometimes I would sit outside overlooking the beach and just write and write. It takes hours to write a book, hundreds of hours. So it was an interesting exercise. If you're interested, that book's on Amazon, and there's always a link somewhere. I wrote it for CEOs, but what I've got feedback from people, and they really enjoyed it, those that aren't CEOs and just normal business people, because there's lots of different ways that you can improve your English. And I tried to write down and share with you everything I knew at that point. Someday I'll write another book where it's business English for everyone, but at this point, that's the book I have. All right. Well, that's a little bit something about me. It's hot here today, so maybe you see me sweating. I have some people that like to comment that, oh, I saw you sweating. I can tell you, it's not because I'm nervous making videos. It's just that it's hot here. Okay. There you go. I wanted to share a little something about me today. Don't be afraid to take on a new challenge. Maybe you'd be kind enough to ask me questions in the comments. What do you want to know? And I'll see what I can share. I look forward to continuing to make videos for you, sharing everything I can to build your confidence, to change your life, and give you the future that you really dream about. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share your comments, and I also invite you to learn your Business English Confidence Score. You'll find the link in the description below this video.